In a sense, it's discouraging because I grew up in a baseball family. My uncle played sandlot baseball for the Washington Aztecs. So yeah, to watch baseball decline and not see African Americans on the baseball field in the numbers that they should be is discouraging. You wonder why.
I think that minorities, I think, definitely in the 60s when it started going down, I think it may have been to do with the culture of baseball as, possibly being racist and not accepting having black managers and not accepting, African American players the way maybe they should have in the beginning.
The further deeper I got into baseball, I started to realize that there was a lack of African American players in the majors or in Little League and the leagues that I were playing in.
The question is, when Jackie Robinson not only opened the door but kicked it down and smashed it, what's the legacy? And I think the legacy is anybody of any color, any economic background, any religious background is welcome in Major League Baseball.
World, and I think that's something that's very important to the game, for people to bring their culture into the game, for players, whether you're American, Dominican, Korean, Japanese, to be involved in a game that everyone can play.
The question is, what are the solutions to getting more African American kids playing baseball? My view is, how do you get all kids of any economic background playing baseball, including African Americans? The solution is, you got to bring, if the mother and father are unable to provide that for whatever reason, outside folks, whether it's me, someone else, Parks and Recreation, a college, anybody, a good doing individual, work with the school's principals, work with elementary schools in their PE classes and introduce baseball on the physical education level when they're 4 years old.
Well, baseball is something that I loved as a kid, and I didn't grow up with a father, so I didn't have someone to guide me. And when I had kids, I was like, maybe I can foster that tradition, maybe that can be an activity that we can share as a family. We play catch in the morning, and that's a time where, before school we can get some time in talking and walking around and do a little exercise. Because I believe, kids should exercise because there's no reason why you should grow up and be out of shape.
Honestly, growing up as a kid, yeah, my parents were really involved. They were big fans of the sport, and that's one reason that I was around the game so much. And I honestly believe that if my parents weren't so much involved, I probably wouldn't be either.
But ultimately, any child that wants to play baseball, if they want to continue in this sport, they have to have access to fields, games, teams, equipment, and that's sometimes a barrier, and that's a greater societal issue.
Honestly, it's a lot easier to go, especially in the inner city, to find a blacktop and get a basketball, and then you can, play all day rather than, find a bat, find a ball, find some cleats, find a glove, and go out and play. So I do believe that finances becomes a problem, especially in the inner city when it comes to, kids being able to go out and play the sport the right way, the way they see it on TV.
To see my son out there, it just reflects back to, here we are being represented out there on the field. So we're making a big push for all that to continue to happen.